Dave Popkin with NJIT women's basketball assistant coach Aaron Gratch, and I'll tell you, an impressive victory against the preseason favorite Stony Brook. You win the ball game 54-49. What did you feel like were a couple of the keys for you?
One, just the kids executing the game plan, slowing them down, was one of the main things we wanted to do to make sure we didn't allow them to be able to get some fast break buckets because they're athletic, they're good, they can get easy baskets. So for us to be able to do that, our help defense, and just the whole team picking each other up and being able to make plays, especially down that interesting stretch of the last about 6 minutes or so.
Aaron, when I talked to Coach Lane earlier this week, he said in the past we haven't really had a strong bench. This year we do. That was evident. You outscored them 24-0 off the bench in this game.
Yeah, that was huge. They were obviously a little bit down with their depth, but still with us. Our kids picked it up big time. They were ready to go. Next person stepped up. We had a little bit of foul trouble going down the stretch, and some of our kids really stepped in big time. I know Trinity, I think, led away from the post players with 10, and she came up big time off the bench. And we had a couple other kids hit some big shots down the stretch as well.
Let's give some love to Lily Anderson as well. She had only played 8 minutes all season. Steps up, plays 14 minutes, scored 7 points.
Yeah, 7, and did a great job defensively executing the game plan. She even had a couple times where she also finished the plays big with some big-time rebounds and also hit some big-time free throws. So she did a great job and had a great game. And also a big time, I think it was in the fourth quarter, big-time post-up, had a guard on her, call for the ball. Nice little right shoulder finish with the left hand.
They swept you last year. In fact, NJIT had never beaten Stony Brook before this. Can you put this win in perspective just kind of globally?
It's one of the biggest, especially with where they're picked, who they've beaten this year. I don't know if it gets any bigger than this. Of course, we had Wisconsin earlier this year, but being able to do this against someone that went to the NCAA tournament, they beat Washington State, they beat Rutgers, they beat St. John's. There's not a lot of comparison for what we've done other than maybe Wisconsin, but I don't know how it gets bigger than what we did today. They still had 4 out of 5 starters. They're a very good team, and our team, they stepped up, executed what we needed to execute, and made the plays down the stretch.
We talked about some of the bench players, but a couple of your starters also made some big plays down the stretch to ice this one.
Correct. I mean, Kimmy Evans, she was in and out a little bit because of the foul trouble that she had, and for her to be able to make the play that she did, to be able to put us, I think it was 48-46. She hit that right shoulder post move to put us up by 4 when I believe maybe, we were a big-time drought because I know it was 48-40. We got the foul that led to the free throws for them, and then they cut it 48-46. She had that big one, and then Kendall Squire knocking down 2 free throws, Ellen Stoll knocking down 2 free throws to seal the deal. But all those 3 big-time plays to be able to finish the game down the stretch for us in a big-time game.
So now the sky's the limit for this team, right?
Yeah, no, let's go. They continue to play like this. They continue to follow the game plan and be able to put us in positions and play NJIT basketball. I was like, we're going to have a chance, hopefully, against anybody.
Aaron, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Aaron Gratch joining us here after the big NJIT win over the preseason favorite Stony Brook.